My brain cannot process failure. It will not process failure. Because if I sit there and have to face myself and tell myself, you're a failure, I think that's almost worse than death.
I think Kobe better than MJ, skill-wise, yeah. He took everything Jordan did and multiplied it. He did it better.
I actually hold Kobe over LeBron because with everything people saying, Kobe got his 5 championships with the team he was with.
They'll tell you Jordan was the divine assassin. And yeah, that's facts. They'll say Iverson was the fearless rebel. And they're not lying. But Kobe Bryant was built different, on a whole other level entirely. Kobe wasn't just great, he was a cold-blooded warrior, forged in fire, sharpened by pain, and hardened by suffering until he turned into something the game had never seen before. This wasn't talent alone, this was obsession mixed with endurance. Jordan's flu game, legendary no doubt. He dropped 38 while sick, pushed through one brutal night, and turned it into history. It was heroic, unforgettable, and it happened once.
We were on a bus one night after he hit his 9th game winner against Milwaukee. My nigga come on the bus and said, in front of me and Fish, he's like, yo, I'm better than Mike. I said, what?
He might be, honestly.
He said, yo, I'm better than Mike. I was like, dang. You going a long way with that. Like, you better than Mike? That's how you feeling?
Iverson in the 2001 finals, straight madness. Bruised ribs, messed up tailbone, hip pain, shoulder issues, a swollen knee. The medical staff had to hide his jersey just to slow him down because he refused to accept limits. That was pure defiance. But Kobe took it somewhere darker. He played an entire season with a torn ligament in his shooting hand. Not a scare, not soreness, a full tear. The injury report sounded unreal, like something doctors say shouldn't even function. His finger was held together by willpower, not tissue. He said no surgery, not for one night like Jordan, not for one series like Iverson. For a full season, game after game, shot after shot, with his shooting hand broken and still hunting greatness every single night.
I wake up about 2:30. Throwing up left and right.
At 3:30 this morning, Michael Jordan woke up with flu-like symptoms, and he couldn't go back to sleep.
I stayed in bed all day. Couldn't eat anything, couldn't hold nothing down.
Then he went out and averaged 28.3 points and won the NBA Finals. Pain was never an obstacle for Kobe Bryant. Pain was his breakfast, his fuel, his shadow, his closest companion on the road to immortality. Now picture the scenario that keeps real basketball heads up at night. 1-on-1, game to 11, and everything is on the line. Jordan fades away with that smooth, untouchable jumper that defined a whole era. Iverson breaks you down with lightning-fast, unpredictable handles that bend reality and leave defenders lost.
And Iverson is up. And off the floor, but hobbling.
But Kobe doesn't just score on you. Kobe takes pieces of you, possession by possession, shot by shot. He drains the same move again and again, just to prove that knowing what's coming means nothing when execution is perfect. He'll tell you where he's going, point to the exact spot, then hit it while you're all over him like hope with no chance. Jordan wants to win because winning is the point. Iverson fights to survive because survival shaped him. But Kobe wants you to remember this moment forever.
As tough as he is, he was writhing in pain. So if you see Kobe writhing in pain, then you know it hurts.
Yeah.
And dislocations hurt.
Yeah.
And he had there's different degrees of dislocations. Mm-hmm. And if you could see my face, I really had to put a lot of traction on that bone to get it back in place. That's how dislocated it was. Mm-hmm. I put it in, and as soon as I did, you could just see that his pain went away. Anybody else would have still been in pain, but he
walked right back on the court.
Yeah, before I could even tape it, because I wanted to tape it, he was already gone.
He wants it burned so deep that 20 years later, you still wake up sweaty, seeing that fade away, feeling that helplessness. They'll throw playoff averages at you like that settles the debate. Jordan at 33.4, Iverson at 29.7, Kobe at 25.6. Looks clean on paper, but numbers without context are just dressed up lies. What they won't say is this: Kobe dropped 40-point playoff games across 3 different eras of basketball, 3 rule books, 3 styles, 3 philosophies. He survived the hand-checking 90s when defense was punishment. He dominated the 2000s when zones and help defense turned scoring into a math problem.
Him have his index finger, taking it off the ball, using his thumb more, using his middle finger more to get the rotation. Would you ever know that this guy has a broken finger?
Kobe Bryant with his broken finger, last 5 games, 36 a game, no problem.
He kept evolving as the game shifted to pace and space. The 2000s turned into the 2010s. The floor opened up, offenses got smarter, and defenders got more calculated. And here's the truth people miss. Mamba mentality isn't a mindset you turn on and off. It's a lifestyle you live every single day. Jordan played in one era and mastered it completely. Iverson played in one era and bent it to his will. But Kobe moved through 3 different versions of basketball and dominated all of them.
I think Kobe better than MJ, skill-wise, yeah. He took everything Jordan did and multiplied it. He did it better. So
it had more, it added his health to it.
What did he do that MJ didn't do?
Dude, he had a fadeaway drive, pump fake, this way.
He enhanced the perimeter skill set. The
so
toolbox on the perimeter.
Yeah.
When you talk about footwork,
so
he took MJ's mid-range footwork and he put it to the footwork.
No. Y'all let media it.
You know I'm a student.
Kobe, okay, you a student? Then why are you talking about Kobe enhanced MJ's moves when you're only talking about MJ 95, 96, 90? Kobe don't look nothing like MJ in 84 to 93. He don't know who that is. He learned Michael Jordan's old comeback with the post-up fadeaway. That's the MJ he mimicked. He did not mimic Air Jordan.
He adapted like a shapeshifter who knew change wasn't survival, it was power. In 2001, when defense was basically legal violence, Kobe averaged 29.4 points in the playoffs while being grabbed, held, and hit every trip down the floor. In 2009, when zones and help defense turned scoring into a team chess match, he averaged 30.2 and won the title by cracking every scheme thrown at him.
I actually hold Kobe over LeBron because with everything people saying, Kobe got his 5 championships with the team he was with. When they went down, he went down with his team. When they came up, he came up with his team. He never felt like he had to go to play with Ray Allen to win. He put the team on his shoulders. When people said, well, you only got those because Shaq was with you. You got them without Shaq, without Move It, same location. Can't say you're the king if you following other people to play. Not where I come from. You can't do that. You can paint narratives, but even when people act a certain way, when they get around real men, we know who's who. Because you can't lie to me. You can lie to other people that's infatuated with things you've done, but I can see through it.
And in his final playoff run at age 33, playing on a torn Achilles that ends careers, he was still averaging over 30 before the injury finally caught up to him. Jordan mastered his game. Iverson perfected his own style. Kobe mastered basketball itself. Every version, every evolution, every way the game could be played. Now picture real suffering, the kind that makes other legendary moments look light. Jordan's flu game, 44 minutes through food poisoning, heroic, iconic, unforgettable. Iverson's 2001 run, an elbow drained daily, sprains everywhere, bruised head to toe, a warrior fighting through pain.
Mamba mentality is not a mentality, it's a lifestyle. I've seen Mamba mentality destroy more careers than I've seen it help. Too intense, too hot. People want the flame, but they don't want to touch the fire. Are you willing to put aside things that aren't as important to you?
The consistency of work. Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better, right? And you do that over a period of time, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you can get to where you want to go.
But Kobe's entire career was a medical mystery doctors still can't explain. In 2000, he played the finals on a bad ankle. In 2002, he had food poisoning against the Spurs and dropped 40 between bathroom trips. In 2008, he won MVP with a torn ligament in his shooting hand that should have meant surgery. And in 2009, he won a championship with a broken finger that never healed right. And he never complained once.
Of all the creatures that you could have pulled for yourself, why that one?
Because it spoke to me. The length of the snake, the accuracy of the snake, the temperament, I step on the court, that's me. I don't play around. I'm not there to be your best friend. I am there to destroy you.
He wanted that assassin, that killer character. Why?
Revenge.
On?
Just the public, on, losing, grace, falling from grace, and to redeem himself.
In 2010, he was playing on an arthritic knee that needed in-game drainage. They were literally sticking a needle in his knee during timeouts, and he still won Finals MVP. In 2012, he played with a broken nose and a concussion, rocking a mask like a superhero who didn't need a secret identity. And in 2013, he tore his Achilles, walked to the free throw line like nothing on earth could stop him, hit both shots, then walked off on his own. The Lakers medical staff once said any other player would have needed 10 surgeries by then. Kobe just taped it up and played. Jordan and Iverson battled pain when it showed up. Kobe lived inside destruction like it was his permanent address. That was home for him.
The thing is, you must put everybody on notice. I'm here to be an all-time great. There was nothing that was going to get in the way. There was nothing that was going to stop me. I made a horrible choice. I went from a person at the top of his game to facing 25 to separate myself. So I created the Black Mamba to embrace the villain nature that's in all of us, using that as a weapon.
Jordan mastered the triangle offense, a system built perfectly to amplify his greatness. Iverson didn't need a system because he was the system. And Larry Brown built everything around letting AI be AI. But Kobe could run the triangle to perfection, or burn it down completely and still find a way to win. Under Phil Jackson's structure, he won 5 championships. Under Mike D'Antoni's 7 seconds or less chaos, he averaged 27 a night at age 34. Under Byron Scott's whatever that was offense, he dropped 60 in his final game on 50 shots because systems were just suggestions to him.
When I stopped worrying about useless titles, start winning championships. In my Laker runs, I wasn't the best player on the team. I knew that, but I knew I was the most dominant. So I knew my role. I knew what I had to do. I wasn't worried about a useless title. So with those two
That young Kobe didn't need a system. Systems needed Kobe to survive. When Phil left in 2004, Kobe averaged 27.6. When Phil returned in 2005, Kobe exploded for 35.4 in one of the greatest scoring seasons ever. When Phil left again in 2011, Kobe kept winning anyway. The system didn't matter. The coach didn't matter. The philosophy didn't matter. The only thing that ever mattered was Kobe's will to bulldoze anything standing between him and victory. Iverson changed culture, brought cornrows, tattoos, and hip-hop into the NBA spotlight, and flipped the league on its head. Jordan changed business, took basketball global, and built a sneaker empire that still runs the game today. But Kobe changed the process. He changed how competitors are built, how greatness is chased, how obsession turns into discipline. The Mamba mentality isn't some catchy phrase for a shirt. It's a code, a lifestyle, a belief system that goes way beyond basketball. Every young player waking up at 4 a.m. to train, that's Kobe's ghost dragging them out of bed. Every player putting up 1,000 shots after a loss, that's Kobe's voice saying, it's still not enough. Every player fighting through injuries that should shut them down for months, that's Kobe making them question where their limits really are. In the final 5 minutes of playoff games, within 5 points, when pressure is loud and mistakes echo forever, the numbers tell a story some people don't like to hear. Skip Bayless swears Jordan never failed in the clutch. JJ Redick says Iverson had more heart than anyone ever, but the stats don't care about feelings. Kobe shot 48% in those moments. Jordan shot 46%. Iverson shot 41%. And even those numbers don't capture what clutch really meant in the 2010 finals. Game 7, Kobe went 6 for 24, and everyone remembers the misses. Nobody talks about the 15 rebounds he ripped down with pure will. Nobody mentions the 10 fourth quarter points when the title was hanging by a thread. When the shot wasn't falling, when his body was cooked, Kobe still dragged his team across the finish line through force of mind alone. People love that argument about today's NBA. No hand checking, freedom of movement, all that space. And Kobe would dominate even more. Let me remind you of reality. In 2006, with hand checking still legal and defenders allowed to rough up perimeter scores, Kobe averaged 35.4 points per game. And in 2013, at age 34, in the so-called modern NBA built for scorers, he was still putting up 27.3 a night. That wasn't prime Kobe either. That was Kobe on one leg, one arm held together by tape and stubborn will. If prime Kobe played today with this spacing and these rules that turn scores into free throw machines, we're not talking small upgrades. We're talking 45 a game, minimum, and that's being polite. Before you say that's wild, remember this. Kobe dropped 81 points with Kwame Brown at center and Smush Parker running point. He scored 62 in 3 quarters against Dallas, then sat down because the game was already cooked. He had 4 straight 50-point games when defenses were still allowed to put hands on him. In today's NBA, where you can't even breathe on a shooter without a whistle, Kobe would average whatever number he felt like that night. 50, 55, factorial, 60 factorial. It would depend on how much damage he wanted to do. When Jordan retired the first time, the league kept moving. The Rockets won titles and life went on. When Jordan retired again, the Lakers three-peated and the game didn't pause. When he left for the 3rd time, most people barely noticed. When Iverson faded out, fans felt nostalgia. They missed the vibe, the culture, the rebellion. Life kept moving until January 26, 2020. That's when everything stopped. Not just basketball, not just sports, but the whole world froze trying to understand what was taken away. Players who couldn't stand him collapsed in tears on the court. Rivals who fought him for decades couldn't even find words through the pain. Cities that booed him for 20 years lit candles in silence. Soccer players wore number 24 in leagues he never touched. Tennis players showed up in purple and gold to tournaments he never attended. Presidents, prime ministers, even the Pope mourned because Kobe wasn't just a basketball player, he was bigger than the game. Some voices will never admit it on TV. Others won't say it because it breaks their favorite narratives. The media won't allow it because they invested too much in old mythology. But deep down, in those quiet corners where truth lives, they all know. Jordan chased rings and completed the mission, then walked away satisfied. Iverson chased respect and earned it through scars and raw honesty. But Kobe chased pain. He made it his closest friend, his daily partner, the reason he woke up at 4 a.m. for 20 straight years. Heroes get remembered, legends never die, but Kobe became something else entirely. He became inevitable. If this hit you, drop a comment below and let me know what Kobe meant to you. Like the video if you felt this truth, subscribe for more unfiltered basketball stories, and share this with someone who still hears that fadeaway in their sleep.